Hello everyone, this is Sir Amir Khan from Physics Real, and in today's video we will start current electricity. This is a basic introductional video, and today we are just going with definitions and small points which are basically needed. This can be used for class 10th as well as class 12th also. So basically we start our topic from current. Current can be defined as the rate of flow of electric charge. Now, as per this definition, I is equal to Q by T, where Q is charge and T is time. Current has unit of ampere and is a scalar quantity even though it has direction as well as magnitude. Basically, if you know about scalars and vectors, you know that a vector can only be vector if it has direction, magnitude as well as it follows the vector laws of addition. Current does not follow the vector laws of addition and therefore it is scalar. Current is of two types: alternating current and direct current. Alternating current is the one whose magnitude changes with time and polarity reverses periodically. Direct current is the current whose magnitude may or may not change, but polarity never reverses. Okay. Direct current is further subdivided into two parts. Direct current further subdivided into variable direct current and steady direct current. Now, in variable direct current, magnitude changes with time. In steady direct current, magnitude does not change with time. If I come to a graphical representation, an alternating current can be shown, like if it is a current and time graph, alternating current can be shown this way. This is AC. And on the same representation, a DC, if it is steady direct current, it is shown in this direction, that is this way. And if it is a variable direct current, then it is shown like this, but the polarity is not changing basically. So this is our different types of current. Next up we have current density. Density, as we know, is the mass per unit volume. So current density is basically very similar, not current per unit volume, but current per unit area. It is the current per unit area of conductor. It is denoted by capital J and is equal to I by A. Since it is equal to I by A, its unit is ampere per meter square. Next up we have Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that when all the physical conditions remain constant, then the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across its ends. So, when all physical conditions remain constant, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across its ends. Or we can say V is proportional to I, where V is potential difference and I is current. If I remove this proportional symbol, I am left with a constant V is equal to IR, where R is resistance. Now resistance basically is the effective opposition offered to the flow of current through a conductor. So resistance is the effective opposition offered to the flow of current through a conductor, or from this definition, from this formula, we can say that R is equal to V by I, or resistance is the ratio of potential difference and electric current. The unit of resistance is ohm, and it is denoted by the symbol. This is the symbol. Next up we have factors on which resistance depends. The first factor is the nature of conductor or material. It depends on different conductors or different materials. Like if we are having wood, it does not conduct, it has a very high resistance. If we are having copper, it conducts, it has a low resistance. So resistance depends on the nature of conductor, but we cannot show it mathematically. The second dependence is on the length of conductor. As per this, the resistance increases with length, or we can say resistance is directly proportional to length. Length increases, resistance increases, length decreases, resistance decreases. And third point is cross-sectional area. Cross-sectional area of conductor. Resistance is always inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area. That means when the cross-sectional area increases, resistance decreases, and when the cross-sectional area decreases, resistance increases. Now, but we should know what is cross-sectional area. Suppose I have this wire, long wire, and this is its diameter. Then half of it is its radius, and the cross-sectional area is the area of this circle, which is equal to pi into r square. Okay. So the cross-sectional area is the area of the or you can say the thickness of the wire. Okay. If I combine this, take it to be equation number 1 and take this to be equation number 2. If I combine both these equations, I am left with R is proportional to L by A, or R is equal to rho L by A, where this symbol is known as rho, and it is the another constant called resistivity or specific resistance. Now we come to resistivity. Resistivity is defined as the resistance of a conductor having unit length and unit cross-sectional area. Or you can also say it is the resistance of a conductor of unit volume. Length into area is volume. It basically comes from this fact that R is equal to rho L by A. If I twist it, I can say rho is equal to R A by L. And now if I say that if L is equal to 1 and A is equal to 1, then rho is equal to R. So basically we are saying that resistivity is the resistance offered by a conductor of unit length and unit cross-sectional area. Since it is the ratio R into A by L, its unit will be ohm meter. R is ohm, A is meter square upon L is meter. Meter and meter cancels out, ohm meter. Unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Next we have two more points to deal today. One is conductance and the other is conductivity. Conductance is the inverse of resistance, denoted by capital G equals to 1 by R. The unit of conductance can either be ohm inverse or mho or Siemens, which is equal to capital S, denoted by capital S. Next up we have conductivity. Conductivity is the inverse of resistivity. Sigma equals to 1 upon rho. Inverse of resistivity, and its unit is equal to, either it can be said to be ohm inverse, meter inverse, or Siemens meter inverse or Siemens per meter. So that will be all for today. Tomorrow we will start from drift velocity. Thank you and have a nice day.